Hello dear students, I am Shiv Kumar S. Ladde, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology, Shulingeshwar College of Pharmacy, Almala. Today we learn study of diuretic activity of drugs using rat or mice. So theory, furosemide is a sulfonamide type of diuretics. It means it is only possess the diuretic activity, enhance the urine output, but this does not have any antibacterial activity, but it is belong to the sulfonamide. Furosemide is a managed hypertension and edema associated with congestive heart failure, cirrhosis, and renal disease, including the nephrotic syndrome, because the furosemide it can enhance the excretions of sodium, excretions of chloride, excretions of potassium, even it can enhance the excretions of calcium and magnesium. Due to that, it can decreases the plasma concentrations of the electrolyte. So that was helpful for the management of hypertension as well as excretions of the body water. It is helpful for the management of the edema in the case of congestive heart failure, cirrhosis, renal disease. Furosemide inhibits water reabsorption in the nephron by blocking the sodium potassium chloride co-transporter. So this is also denoted as NKCC2 in the thick ascending limb of the loop of funnel. So these channels play important role in the movement of the sodium and movement of the chloride and movement of potassium from urine and back to the blood. So when the sodium was moved in the same condition, so waters also reabsorb. So here the furosemide it block this channel. So due to that, so there is no reabsorption of water, sodium, potassium, chloride can take place. So that was helpful for to correct the hypertensions and to treat the edema. So dear students, now we learn regarding the mechanism of actions of furosemide. So before that, so normal physiology of nephron we should be learn. So in the loop of Henle, so where the urine can be collected after glomerular filtrations, so that was contain excess of water, electrolytes like sodium, potassium, chloride, magnesium and calcium, so that can be enter into the thick ascending limb self with the help of sodium potassium chloride co-transporter. So this is the channel. It is helpful for the entry of electrolytes like sodium potassium chloride from lumen or from urine to the thick ascending limb cell, then into the blood. From the here the sodium can be enter into the blood with the help of the sodium ATPase pump, and chloride can enter into the blood from the thick ascending limb cell with the help of the voltage gated chloride channel, and as well as in the same time the potassium can be excreted into the urine through a renal outer medullary potassium channels. And here also the calcium magnesium can be reabsorbed into the blood through a interstitial space between the cell. So interstitial space mean the space between the cells, so that can allow the reabsorptions of calcium and magnesium. So like that, from the lumens or tubules of the nephrons, so electrolyte like sodium, chloride, calcium, magnesium along with water, so they are reabsorbed and back to the circulations. If they are excess in the blood, then only the persons was suffering from the edema and as well as the hypertension. And here the loop diuretics like furosemide, it can inhibit the sodium potassium chloride co-transporters, and as well as so they are inhibit the reabsorptions of calcium and magnesium through a interstitial fluid. So due to that, so they are remain in the urine. Then finally, so they are collected in the collecting duct. Through the collecting duct, they are excreted through a urine. So like that, the loop diuretics like furosemide, so they are enhance the excretions of sodium, potassium, chloride, and as well as calcium and magnesium. So due to this mechanism of loop diuretics or furosemide, so they are clinically helpful for management of heart failure, and as well as so they are used in the management of cirrhosis because they also decrease the albumin, and also so they are apply for treatment of nephrotic syndrome because they enhance the urine albumin, so that can excreted. Then also they are helpful for treatment of the hypercalcemia, and even they are used in the treatment of the edema in the patients. So these are the mechanism furosemide with the clinical significance due to loss of these electrolyte. So they are helpful for mainly treatment of the CVS disorder along with the edema. So aim of this practical is to study the diuretic activity of furosemide using rats. So requirement for this practical is animal, rat 100 to 200 gram healthy, then chemicals like urea 1 gram per kg dissolved in a 0.9% normal saline or sodium chloride, drugs like furosemide 50 mg per kg, it is also administered through vehicle like sodium chloride or water, then equipment like diuretic case and flame photometer. So purpose and rationale of this experiment is, this method for testing diuretic activity in rats has been described by the Lipschitz et al. In the year 1943. So here the test responses regarding excretions of water, sodium was matched with the rats. So those are treated with the high dose of urea, and finally calculate the Lipschitz value. So on the basis of Lipschitz value, we can denote the potency of the drug, whether it is having a diuretic activity or not, or also it is this value was helpful for, that is the, to monitor the potency, whether it is a potent or mild or low diuretic activity. So that was monitor or signified with the help of the, so this Lipschitz values. So procedure, first weigh the male visitor rats weighing between 100 to 200 grams. Then so 3 animals per groups are placed in a metabolic case. So that metabolic case in the bottom, so they will be having the mess, and as well as it is having a funnel. So that funnel is helpful for to collect the urine into the measuring cylinder. So the stainless shoes are placed in the bottom just above the funnel. It is helpful for only it can allows the urine not to the feces or waste material from the animals during the experiments. So here the animals are mainly divided into 4 groups, and each group consists of 3 animals like A, group B, group C and group D. Each group consists of 3 animals are placed in a single metabolic case. Okay, it means we required 4 metabolic case. For one is group A, another for group B, another for group C, and fourth one is for the group D. So this is the ideal metabolic case. So here, so animals are categorized like group A, group B, group C, group D, and each metabolic case consists of 3 animals, you can see in the image. Then group A and group E administered orally 1 gram per kg urea in a 0.9% normal saline or sodium chloride solutions, while group C and group D are treated with furosemide 50 mg per kg orally in a water or vehicle. The vehicle should be administered containing drug, that is 0.5 ml per kg body weight, or around 5 ml per kg body weight. You cannot administer more than that. Then after that, add additionally 5 ml of 0.9% sodium chloride solutions per 100 gram body weight are given by the gaves through a oral route. So additionally, each group was treated with 5 ml of sodium chloride solution. The first to treat with the group A, and after that group B animals were issued sodium chloride solutions. Then after that all animals of group C. Then finally group D animals are treated with the 5 ml of 0.9 normal saline solution. So after that you should be monitor urine excretions after 5 minutes and after 24 hours. Okay, so we can wait for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, how much urine output can be excreted? You should be note down, because where the funnel is helpful for to collect the urine in a measuring cylinder. So after 5 minutes, the group A excreted urine, that is 6.76 ml, and group B animals are excreted 6.81 ml. Then group C animals are excreted urine, that is 6.43 ml, and group D, they are excreted about 7.21 ml of urine. And wait for 24 hours. Once again, after 24 hours, once again you monitor the how much urine is present in the measuring cylinder. Okay. So after 24 hours, so group A excreted about 3.21 ml of urine. Then group B animals, so they are excreted 3.32 ml of urine, and group C, so they are excreted about 3.4 ml of urine, and group D animal, they are excreted urine about 3.5 ml urines. So then the sodium and potassium content of the urine is determined by a flame photometry with the help of the analyst. Or if you having the familiar with flame photometer, then you can go for the analysis of sodium potassium from the urine. So then calculation, first we evaluate urine volume excreted per 100 gram of body weight is calculated for each group. Results are expressed as the Lipschitz value, that is the ratio of T by U. Here the T means the response of the test compound, that is the mean urea volume of test compound divided by U, that is the response of urea treatment. Significance, if the Lipschitz value is 1, so that indicate that drug was having the diuretic activity. If the value was more than 2, it indicates so that drug is a more potent. And the same manner, after 5 hours, after 24 hours, you should be calculate regarding the ratio of T by U. Then urinary parameters like monitor the or calculate the sodium and potassium concentration in the urine with the help of the flame photometer, and the values are expressed in parts per million, that is a ppm. Then after that calculate saliuretic index, that is by concentrations of electrolyte in the urine of the test group divided by concentrations of electrolyte in urine of the control group. Then also finally calculate sodium potassium ratio, that is by concentrations of sodium in urine of a group divided by concentrations of potassium in urine of the same group. Then so use this observation table and finally calculate the mean value, that is the group A, group B, that is urine excretion after 5 hours and after 24 hours, as well as the concentrations of excreted sodium ion in group A, group B, calculate mean value, then as well as for potassium. Then same calculation was done for group C and group D, because the both they are issues the 50 mg of the Furosemide, where you can calculate the mean value for after 5 hours, after 24 hours of urine excretion, and as well as concentrations of sodium ions in urine and concentrations of potassium ion in urine. So with the help of this observation table, we should calculate the Lipschitz value, that is the ratio of T by U after 5 hours, so that the value should be obtained, that is 1.005, and after 24 hours the value should be obtained, that is the 1.071. Then cytolytic index of sodium is obtained about 1.926, that is T sodium concentration divided by U sodium concentration, so that should be the 1.926. Like same, the cytolytic index of potassium is 1.173. Then also sodium potassium ratio in control group is 0.8408, but in the treated group is 1.38. So here where data are taken for only demo purpose, so there is no relations between the real research data. Only these data are taken to understand the concept of these practicals. Result, the Lipschitz value, that is the ratio of T by U of furosemide treated group is after 5 hours is 1.005 and after 24 hours is 1.071, and regarding solutic index of sodium is 1.926 and regarding potassium is 1.173. The inference from the result, it concludes that the furosemide shows diuretic activity and durations of action is up to 24 hours. We can got only the Lipschitz value around 1, it can shows the positive effect, but it is not we can got the more than 2. If the values are got more than 2 means, so then it say the furosemide is a potent antidiuretic from these demo data. There is no relation between the real research. So these are the reference we are used for the preparations of this video practical. Thank you.